What up, guys? So I actually recently found one of my old Cal State Long Beach videos, and a while ago I was actually giving a talk over there about finding your passion, whether you should do pharmacy or not. So I recorded it. It's hella dark, hella ghetto, but it's a start. I actually want to go about really talking at schools and stuff, so if you ever want me to go to your school, just let me know. We can work something out. And it kind of sucks because half of it got cut off because I was ghetto and I didn't clear out my memory card, but hey, it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this ghetto ass presentation slash talk, whatever. And yeah, hopefully I can do more of these. Thanks, guys. Enjoy. Yeah, I'll try to keep this short because I know you guys have finals, so I don't want to stress you guys out. All right, guys. All right, so today, so earlier I was thinking about what would be most useful for you guys, and so I came up with this topic: the most important thing you need to do for your pharmacy career. So yeah. So first question, I want to ask you guys, how many times have you been asked these questions? So what do you want to do for the rest of your life? What is your passion? What makes you happy? These are all like pharmacy interview questions that were asked to me, and I was completely like thrown off. How many have you guys been asked this before? Like, or think about it. And like, I think we all have the same like reaction when we're asked these questions. We're like, dude, I don't know. Are you kidding me, dude? Because like, here's a picture of me in high school. I was pretty nerdy. But
What?
reason why I bring this picture up is because, you know, like for most of our lives, like I was 16 when I was in this picture, right before I was applying to colleges and stuff. And we go like 16 years like without ever having to think about it. I'm thinking about my SATs, I'm thinking about college apps and stuff, but I'm not thinking about like where I'm headed or anything like that. So that's why I bring it up. But I had no clue what I wanted to do. So what did I do? I did like every single other kid did. So I applied to college. I see what paid most at the time. I tried to get the best grades. And in my mind, it was better to be rich and clueless than to be poor and clueless. I mean, that was my high school thinking at the time. But man, like, so I obviously chose like pharmacy then, right? Or not. I chose chemical engineering first. So about my pharmacy career, how I got it started with pharmacy was actually at a 50 Cent concert. So this is me also back in high school. So when I went to this 50 Cent show, I was staying at my friend's house, and it said on the wall, it said, "Congratulations, Dr. Dong." I was like, who is Dr. Dong, right? And apparently that was the first like pharmacist I actually spoke to. She was talking about all the benefits of pharmacy and really helped sort of influence me toward that direction. So being the stupid kid I was, I thought it was easy money, 6 figures starting, why not, right? You just count pills and get paid, doctor in 6 to 8 years, and I could help people around me. But man, I was stupid. I was freaking dumb, dude. But I was focused, you know. I got the grades, I worked my butt off, you know, to get into pharmacy school. And fast forward, this is me in undergrad, right? And so I graduated from undergrad, from my engineering school. This was my first year in pharmacy school. So when I got in, I graduated 2013. So that's about 3 years ago, yeah. So again, like I said, I like to party a lot. So we went to Vegas. These are my pharmacy friends. So we made memories in Vegas. We did community events too, which is awesome, you know. And all these kids, they're actually, I was their peer mentor at the time. So that was that. And I even learned how to use the stethoscope. Like, dude, half the time when you're given that thing, like, I don't know. I didn't know how to use it. So yeah, you get to learn how to use the stethoscope. And we actually presented posters also in Vegas. This was shot in Vegas. It was a pretty cool story. I actually got the whole trip paid for by my school because I presented a poster. So there's always opportunities within your pharmacy school too. Yeah, so then I did some more partying. Yeah, so this is also my pharmacy class and whatnot. And how can I forget? I studied my butt off, man. These are actual notes from my pharmacy career and whatnot. And lots of studying. Eventually graduated. Sorry I'm giving you a whole life slideshow thing, but I just want to give you context of what your journey might be like. And so then I got my first offer with CVS, and that's the whole reason why I moved out here, because moved out to California. I'm originally from Boston, if you guys don't know. So I thought everything was perfect, right? Got my 6 figures, got the doctorate title, had a stable job, and I was getting recognized. At CVS, I was getting awards and stuff. I know, it's picturing me like half naked, it's stupid, right? But this was technically everything I wanted, right? Or so I thought. And then this picture was actually taken at CVS one day when I was having a really bad day. I just snapped it really quick. But I woke up feeling really trapped. And I guess like part of me was kind of unsure about like what my future career was, why I even got into this. And when you wake up sort of dreading the next morning or dreading your commute the next day, it's one of the worst feelings ever, you know, because you spend so much time, you spend so much hard work, you're in a lot of debt, and you're going into pharmacy school. And of course, I thought about, why am I doing this, you know? Like, I was getting recognized, I was doing well, but why was I doing this at the end of the day? But then one day something happened, right? So one of my regular patients came in. So I had a patient, so just in case you guys don't know, in pharmacy school, we always get case studies and stuff like that. So I had Liz, she was having heart palpitations. She came to my pharmacy, right? She was one of these patients that always like came and took her blood pressure, never bought anything from me, but always took her blood pressure very religiously, right? She had no family, no friends, no money, basically no ride to ER. And so I was working by myself that day, and I felt bad for her, you know, because when you work with patients, you develop a relationship with them, right? And I felt so bad that I offered her a ride. I was like, dude, this is not part of like my job at all, but you know, I want to help you out, you know, and this was the only way I thought I could help her out. And then 1 week later, she dropped off this letter. This is actually ripped from my Instagram, but you know, she was basically thanking me about the offer and stuff, and how it was a nice gesture and it really meant a lot to her, right? And then I never saw her again after that day, actually. And I found out that she's gone. She passed away. And that's when I sort of realized something, you know. The way I look at pharmacy is very different from other people, you know. The reason why I posted this picture up is because we deal with people in all stages of their lives, you know. If I wasn't there that day, I would have never had the opportunity to help people like Liz and whatnot. We help everyone from little kids try and get their amoxicillin. If you guys don't know what amoxicillin is, it's an antibiotic, and that's a suspension. You typically give it to kids and whatnot. And like we help the kids, but we also help new parents that are scared shitless. It's their first child, they don't know what to do. And so we sort of help them emotionally through that time. We help teenagers in college a lot of the time, and we give this out to them, and we help them through that, you know, that fear of unplanned pregnancy and whatnot. And we also help people on their deathbed, you know. There's actually a picture from my grandma's grave and stuff. But, you know, a lot of time, even just yesterday, I had a cancer patient, and her husband came to my window and whatnot. And I was counseling over this medication, and you know, it's one of those antidepressants, stuff like that. And I was just explaining it, and then he just breaks down crying and saying she's dying, you know. And I just want a few more months with her, but she's probably gonna go pretty soon, you know. And so we help people all stages of life, in life, and that's how. And like I said, pharmacy is a blessing. It's a real opportunity to help these sort of people, these people out. And you might not realize it, but you're probably going to go through at least one of these stages in your life, or know someone that will go through one of these stages. So that's when I realized, like, you know, it's not really what you do. I was focusing on what I did, but it's why you do it. And I look back about why I was so unhappy, right? And I was looking back at why I was so unhappy, and I just lost sight of what really made me happy. And it sounds really cliche to say, oh, it made me happy, but I like to use pictures, you know? And so I thought about my Vegas trip with my friends, my peers, my network, right? I thought about the people I helped back in pharmacy school. And I thought about peer mentoring all these students. And what really got to me was the people, you know? Like, I lost sight. I felt like I forgot about connecting with people, you know, somewhere along the way. And that's where I messed up, you know? And so maybe things won't work out the way you think it will, you know? Like with me, like I had this grand scheme, like I'm gonna make it rain after pharmacy school, right? And I would be happy because of the money, but it wasn't like that. But even though pharmacy initially wasn't something I liked, I turned it into something I love, and I'll go into that later. And instead of, like, let's say if you're at the end of the road, or you're at the very beginning of the road, you're not sure if you want to do it, dude, I just want to emphasize, there's always an opportunity with every situation. You know, you just have to see the situation. So in my case, instead of sitting around being unhappy, I started creating opportunities for myself. So one of the things I did, I shoot pharmacy videos all the time. Kids always shoot me emails and whatnot. You guys can shoot me emails if you guys got questions. Shameless plug. But you know, I shoot videos with my friends around me because I know pharmacists, know people in residency, I know different people, and if I could share that with the world, why not? And it goes back to the people aspect, right? This is actually at the USC where I met. Yeah, that's where I saw you. And basically, I started interning again, being a preceptor, you know, for these USC interns and whatnot. And now we're pretty cool friends. We sometimes kick it, right? I met really cool people, you know, and if you guys don't know, that's Cam from Poriotics, Joe, Brandon, all them. And yeah, they're my roommates. But yeah, so the reason why I bring this up is because, you know, at the time I felt so trapped, but I changed my environment. I went out, like, dude, Joe asked me, hey, do you want to live with me? I was like, hell yeah, I'm a JK fan, like 2006, man, of course. You know, so I was paying double rent for a while, but if I didn't have pharmacy behind me, I would have never had the opportunity, right? Became pharmacy manager or pharmacist in charge. So I started, you know, at the time I had a pharmacy manager. She was running stuff her way, but I didn't think it was in the best interest of the people. I wanted to take control so I could help my patients out. Again, bringing it back to the people. And I write like a lot of articles on refugee hustle, something I started with Joe and whatnot. And so yeah, another shameless plug, right? But you see how like you can take pharmacy, right? Maybe you don't like pharmacy, use it to invest something, or like find what you do like find what you do like and try to fit pharmacy somewhere if you decide to go down this road, right? So what I learned from my story, hey, this is actually a picture of me during rotation. Yeah, so I was in the hospital and whatnot. But I never thought about why I wanted to do pharmacy, right? I only focused on the perks of pharmacy, so the money, doctorate, respect, you know? And I also learned from my story that it's never too late for you to create your own opportunities, you know? And so how do you find out your why, right? And I don't know, I was going on Reddit and stuff, and there's all this lame advice and stuff. Because like a lot of the advice people give you, it's not tangible and stuff like that, right? It's hard to actually take action, right? So what are you good at? So a lot of time I think about what I was good at, and I was good at bringing people together, my friendships, you know? I just like look at my Facebook photos and stuff, and I'm like, oh dang, I have all these memories, and I was really good at, you know, connecting with people. Try to see what you're really good at. If you don't know what you're good at, what do your friends say that you're good at? you know, sometimes, you know, we're our own harshest critic, you know, and your friends will be very honest with you. Take a close friend. Don't take like a freaking friend that doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't give a fuck. But yeah. Another thing I like to imagine, I'm at my funeral, and this really hit me when I was at my grandma's funeral, like maybe a few weeks ago. And I was looking at her grave, or looking at her casket, and I was like, man, if I live until 80, like, what do I want to be remembered for? You know, what do I want to do on my last day, you know? And I always wanted to be around people, you know? And what sort of problems do you see with the things that you're interested in? How can you fix these problems? So I read this really cool story. We'll pop her up right now. Bam. This girl. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with her, but she's actually NASA's like clinical pharmacist. So so I see some head nodding. But yeah, basically, she was really interested in NASA and stuff like that. So she opened up a new opportunity in that field for her. And that's what I'm telling you. There's opportunity in everything. You just have to put in the work and be open-minded enough to go through it. And it's a pretty cool story. She's the only clinical pharmacist, which is dope. And not to pressure you guys, you don't have to come up with the perfect answer. You can always change it later, you know? You're just looking for good enough, you know? And so the reason why I bring this, I have a picture of Chris Brown. Oh yeah, it's gonna play. So I have a picture of Chris Brown, but at the end, I wanna relate this why it matters, like, because I've been talking sort of like up here, but I wanna bring it back down here. So during my pharmacy interviews, they're always going to ask you some sort of question. They're going to ask you like, why pharmacy? Why us? You want to prepare that answer ahead of time. And for me, you know, we all have our BS answer, right? But if you can find like a good medium of good delivery and the actual truth, that's going to be your best answer. So that's why I do this. By the way, this guy's pretty creepy, man. I was actually, when I was preparing this, I was actually going through my Facebook and stuff like that. And I apparently wrote something in 2012 about pharmacy school and how hard it was for me. And so the reason why I bring this slide up is like, I think everyone in their pharmacy career, they always doubt themselves. Like they always doubt whether, oh, should I push through? Should I keep on doing it? Actually, during my third year, I actually almost thought about dropping out. I was done with the hardest part. And if it wasn't for my friends, I wouldn't be here today. But most of my friends have doubted their decision. And having a strong why will help you push through those really, really hard times. And there'll be times when you're going to get rejected. So I blanked out all the personal information, but I was applying, you know, you hear about the job like scarcity and whatnot, right? And it's going to be really hard to find jobs in the future, right? And so chances are you're going to get rejected a few times, right? Womp womp. And so this is another email. So when I got rejected, you know, like, I was like, man, I could have gave up, right? But I wanted to get out of my environment so bad that I created another opportunity for myself. So I got rejected like hardcore, and I was thinking about like, hey, why did I get rejected? What didn't I do effectively? Was it my delivery? Was it my lack of experience? Stuff like that. Take those things into consideration. So then I started writing an email back being like, hey, you know, it's been 6 months since we talked. I've worked on X, Y, and Z. I've done this at this recent company. I'm still interested. Can you fit me anywhere? You know? And it's that persistence, you know, even when people say no. And like I said, your why will keep you going even when the odds are stacked against you.
Once you finish, you can pay off your loans in like 2-3 years, no problem. You can save a bunch of money, buy my nice clothes, nice shoes, nice purses. Well, when you get out and you actually do get a job, I mean, yes, you're very excited.